Right, I'm just going to show you how to make one of my baby's breath hearts from the wreath heart kit. This is what you'll create when you've finished. It's a pretty little heart to hang on your door. So in your kit you've got one of these heart-shaped metal frames. It's been covered with sphagnum moss already, and it should already have a wire reel attached to the bottom corner of it. You'll also have 10 stems of baby's breath, which should be more than enough for you to create your design if you don't make it too thick. You can of course add extra stems to it if you want, and you can purchase more stems if you like. So if you get yourself a nice clean scissors to work on, you're going to need a pair of good strong scissors. I've unpacked the baby's breath and I've cut it into shorter stems. It's easier if you do this just before you start, so that you get lots and lots of shortish stems like that, little shorties. You don't want them too long. I'm going to just cut a few up. I'm going to show you how to put them on to the wreath base. And this baby's breath wreath will dry out really nicely. It will shrink a little bit, the flowers will shrink and the colour will change a little bit, but it still looks really pretty when it's dried and it lasts a long time. So we start in the bottom corner. We're going to create a little bunch, a little bundle of the flowers. Just pinch them together in your hands like this to create a little bunch. Trim the excess length of the stems off. You don't want this stem length too long here. And then if you just lay them on top of your wreath ring, the flowers facing down towards the point, and then wrap over the top of the stems with the wire through the hole in the middle of the heart, and then pull it really nice and tight. You must pull this tight as you're going round, because as the flowers dry out they do shrink a little bit, and if the wire is too loose you can have flowers falling out. And it's really as simple as that. So you're just creating little bunches. Show you another one. Little bunches together like that. Again, remember the stem length, keep them trimmed quite short. And your second bunch is going on top of the stems of the first bunch, facing in the same direction. And you can just tweak them out a little bit so that they cover both sides of the wreath ring like this. And again, go over with your wire and pull it quite tight. And you can see the coverage that we've got there already, just from two little mini bunches, has covered the bottom corner. So 10 stems of this is easily enough to go all the way around your wreath ring. I'll just do one more bunch to show you how it builds up. There we go. Trimming the stem ends at the bottom and then covering the stems of the second bunch with the flowers of the third bunch, and pull the wire tight. Now we do it in this direction until we get up past this first curve of the heart, until you reach this centre point here, and then you tie off this wire, which I'll show you how to do here, but you're going to do it up here. You let out length of wire about this long, cut the wire, and then lift up the ring, and you're going to sew this wire underneath the copper ring at the back here. Make sure it goes right under the copper ring. Do that a couple of times like this. Trim off the excess, and then take this little tiny stub of wire that's sticking out here and push it into the moss so that there's no scratchy bits that are going to stick through and scratch your door. And obviously you're doing that once you get to here. And then you fasten your wire on again at this bottom point here, and then work in this direction on the other half of the heart until you meet in the middle. And then this is your finished look that you're aiming for. Nice and full all the way around, no gap here at the top because we've managed to fill in that little gap. If you do have a little bit of a gap, you can always put a little bow or a ribbon on there just to make it look really pretty. Simple as that. And if you get stuck and you've bought one of my wreath ring kits, then you just drop me a message by email and I'll see if I can help you. All right.